Hey, what's up? Welcome to class. My name is Flo. I am very excited to guide you through this short, sweet, and strong vinyasa flow sequence today. We will be working on standing poses, lower body strength, and also put a lot of focus on upper body strength. I have lots of fun plank variations prepared for you, so get ready to work. But know that you can always set the knees down, you can always modify. It's not about making it through the whole class and then you win a prize. You will not win any prize, but you will create some willpower that you can push through something that maybe is hard today, but if you keep showing up, if you keep doing the practice, it will get easier and easier over time. People say what is hard for you today will someday be your warm-up, and I think it's absolutely true. And based on your comments and messages and emails we get every single day, it's great to see your guys' journey through yoga and through movement and through mindfulness, and that you let us know and tell us that how hard it has been back then when you started, and now you really enjoy moving and you feel so good in your body, and that's really all we want. We want to build strength and awareness. That's really the purpose of yoga. I want you to feel good in your body over time, feel really good, be calm, balanced, and at peace. And this practice today hopefully can add to this and can give you the tools that you need to get to that state. Whenever you're ready, grab your mat and let's begin. Let's begin on our back today in half Shavasana. Bend your knees, bring the feet down to the ground, and come onto your back. Close your eyes for a moment, bring the right hand on your belly, the left hand on the chest. Take a couple deep breaths. If you feel like it, exhale out through the mouth, kind of like a sigh. Just let it go. Whatever happened today or what your plans are for the rest of the day, you can put all of that aside. It can all now wait, because now it's time to focus on you. And you can already be proud of yourself for showing up and for taking the time out of your busy day today to come practice, to move, to breathe, to do something good for yourself. If there is an intention that you would like to set for this practice today, to make it a bit more personal, to add some more meaning to it, whatever this intention may be today, now is the time to do so. Support that intention with deep breaths, while at the same time you feel the connection to the ground, your support. Now bring your hands down by your sides, next to your hips. Bring the heels close to the hips, press into your heels for bridge pose. Lift the hips up. Keep a gap between the chin and the chest. Come a little bit more onto the shoulder blades if you want to. Really feel the glutes engage so that the hips lift up. If it feels good for you, pull your heels more to the hips so that you engage the back body more. It really doesn't matter what time of day it is for you right now when you are doing this practice. This is great in the morning to engage the back body. It's also great in the evening, perhaps after a long day of sitting at your desk or in a chair or in school or in a car or a truck. Keep engaging the glutes, keep the hips lifted, keep the breath soft. When it starts to get challenging, remind yourself of your intention. Add your breath to it. It's all good. I told you it's going to be a little bit stronger. But you can do it. The body starts to shake, embrace it. It's all good. Let's take 3 more breaths. Pull the heels more up to the hips. There's little to no movement, but it's more of an internal pulling. And you feel the engagement. Last deep breath in. On your exhale, release the hips down. Very good. Wonderful job. Grab behind your thighs and slowly rock forward to boat pose. Keep the shins parallel to the ground. Also bring the knees as close together as you can. You can point the toes or flex them. I like to, or the feet, flex or point the feet. I like to point the toes because it helps me with handstands that pointing the toes is just second nature, because that's what you want to do in a handstand too. But if you want to flex them, it's also okay. Keep the spine nice and long. Reach the arms forward. If that's getting too challenging for you at any point, then please just set the heels down or the toes or something like that. Hold it there. Lengthen out through the spine. Pull the belly in. Keep the breath nice and soft. Now connect your fingertips. Keep the arms straight. Rotate the upper body and the arms over to the right side, close to the ground. Then over to the left side, close to the ground. Over to the right, now the same height as your knees. Over to the left. Over to the right, same height as your head. Over to the left. Let's reverse it. Top right. Middle left. Middle right. Bottom left. Bottom right. Back to boat pose. Very good. Like I said earlier, if you want to set the feet down, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, stay here, or you join me for 5 more reps of boat to low boat. Extend the legs forward. Press the lower back into the ground. Keep the shoulder blades hovering. Rise back up. Lower. And lift. Let's do last 3. 2. And 1. Nice and slow. Both poses where we meet. Clean it up. Cross your ankles. Roll over the knees. Come into a tabletop. Come onto all fours. Make sure the shoulders are above the wrists. The hips are above the knees. Stay on your toes so that you're also stretching out the feet and the toes. And start to rock forward and back. Let's go for 5. 4. Just rock forward as far as you can. 3. 2. And 1. Very good. Now internally rotate the hands. Same thing. 5. 4. 3. So important to warm up the wrists. First thing. And now externally rotate. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Beautiful job. Last one for the wrists. The fingertips are pointing backwards towards the knees. Bring the hands closer to the knees this time. And then send the hips back. Lean back. Stay on the toes so that you're stretching out the toes and the feet as well. Let the palms lift up. Breathe into the fingertips, the fingers, the wrists, the forearms. This is a nice one for the forearms. If you're doing lots of pulling, for example, at the gym, or if you are doing pull-ups, which I highly recommend, or if you go climbing or something, or even jiu-jitsu where you use your grips a lot, then this is an excellent stretch to do after. You can bend one arm and then the other if you want to. Sit on the heels. Try to stay on the toes. Yep, we're still on the toes. Shake out the hands. Reconnect to the breath nice and slow through the nose. When you're ready, downward facing dog is where we meet. Send the hips up and back. Walk your dog. Just find that downward facing dog position that works well for you. You can bend the knees a lot, push the chest towards the thighs, externally rotate the arms, firm into the inner hands, Press slightly with your fingertips into the ground. So important to open up in the shoulders and in your back, and not so important if you straighten your legs or not. But if you want, and if you can, and if you feel ready for it, then go ahead, walk your dog or straighten your legs. Just move around a little bit here. Do what feels good. I really like to rotate my heels to the left side first, so that I feel more length in the right side upper body. Really feel a nice stretch there. Deep breaths in. Breathe more into where you feel this in your body. And back through down dog to the other side. Bring the heels over. Send the hips up and back. Breathe deeply into the left side body. Back to down dog. Beautiful. Now roll through the spine forward. Try to go nice and slow. We will meet in plank pose. Bring the shoulders over the wrists. Push the ground away. Feel that space between the shoulder blades, and that space wants to reach up towards the ceiling. Firm into the inner hands. Externally rotate the arms, the upper arms. Tuck your tailbone, engage the core. Breathe. You almost want to, not almost, you really want to meditate while you are in this position. So while you're in this position, you find this balance between ease and effort, where you can maintain the pose, but you're not working too hard. You can, of course, also set the knees down if you want to. But then you really want to focus on the breath. This is what makes this yoga, and which is the reason why everything you do really can be yoga, because it's an internal practice and it all depends on what's going on internally. How present are you while you are doing something? In this case, we are planking. So how present are you while you are in a plank? And the breath helps pull you into that present moment. Very good. Now bring the feet together. Side plank on the left side. Reach your right arm up. Try to push the hips forward a little bit. Lift your left hip higher up. Firm into the left inside hand. And externally rotate the left arm. Now lift your right leg up off the left. Hold it there. Start to bend the right knee goes towards the right arm. Look inside the left hand. Step the right foot there. Set the left knee down. Straighten your right leg. Half splits. Make sure the left hip is over the left knee. Flex the right foot. The toes are pointing towards your head. Deep breath in through the nose. Come to the fingertips or on blocks. Exhale, fold forward and down. Gently pull the right hip back. Keep a micro bend in your right knee, which is especially important for those that tend to hyperextend. And also push your right heel into the ground as if you want to dig that heel into the ground as you fold forward to stretch. That way we have a little bit more active stretching. Basically teaching the body that it's okay to stretch this far and that the body needs this range of motion, that it's useful range of motion. Rebend your right knee. Crescent lunge, come onto your left toes, reach your arms up. Pull the lower belly in. Lengthen down with your tailbone. I like to bend my left leg, the back leg, a lot, because then it's a little bit harder on the right thigh. And unfortunately, maybe for you, this is also the cue and the thing you would do if you have lower back pain, or if this does not feel good in your back, you would also bend the back leg more. Takes away the pressure in the lower back, but adds more weight and strength, needed strength, to the right thigh. Very good. Reach your left arm forward, right arm back, open crescent twist. Straighten out through the arms. Last deep breath in. On your exhale, Skandasana to the left. Bend your left leg, straighten the right. Very good. Whatever version of Skandasana works for you is perfect. Move to the front of the mat. Warrior 3. Hands to the heart. From the hip, that's basically your center point. Reach forward through the spine. Become long. And from the hip backwards, through the left leg, you reach back. Lower the left hip more down, squeeze the shoulder blades together on your back. If you want, extend your arms out to the sides so that the thumbs are pointing down. Hold and breathe. On your next inhale, rise up to standing on that right leg. Let the left leg not touch the ground. Extend the left leg forward. Stand tall. Straighten both legs. Bring the arms down by your sides. Lean forward a little bit more so that the left quad has to work just a tiny bit more. You got this. Nice and slow breaths in and out through the nose. Very good. Now listen closely. Slowly let the left leg down. So it's just past the right foot. And then slide the left foot all the way to the right side. Come onto the knife edge, the pinky toe side of both feet. Your left leg is straight. Your right leg is bent. Reach your right arm up. The left fingertips down to the ground. A little bit of a funky pose here, especially if you're new to my classes. If you have been practicing with me for a while, then you should be probably familiar with this one. Now, once you're here and you feel kind of okay, make sure the right knee feels good. That's why we come onto the knife edge, very important. Now, to lengthen the right side IT bend more, you want to straighten your right leg more. Perhaps you feel it from the right hip down the side of your upper thigh. Now place the left hand down to the ground, find a good foundation, reach your right arm forward, rebend the right knee again. Now stack the right leg on top of the left. So it's kind of like a modified side plank here. Push the hips more forward towards the left hand. Very good. Bend the right knee, step the right foot back. Starfish. Both legs are straight, lift your hips up high. Press into your left palm, especially into the inside of your left hand. And breathe. Reach your right arm forward, bring the right hand down. One-legged plank, extend the left leg back. Point or flex the foot, I don't care, just do what feels good for you. Either stay here or reach your right arm forward for awkward plank. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One-legged plank, shift forward, one-legged chaturanga, one-legged plank, one-legged chaturanga, one-legged plank. Last one, one-legged chaturanga, one-legged plank. Plank pose, both feet down, both hands down. Maybe the knees down for you. You decide. Come back to the breath. Nice and slow through the nose. Again, remember this meditation that we're doing here. Very good. Set the knees down. Set the elbows down. Slide and glide forward and through for upward facing dog. Bring the feet wide apart. I like to go as wide as my mat. Engage your glutes. Pull the shoulders back. Look straight ahead. Very important to engage the glutes. So squeeze those glutes. And the other day in the comments I saw people now are asking for merchandise that says squeeze the glutes or flex your butt cheeks. I'll think about it. Not a bad idea. But we have some stuff in the works for early next year. We'll see. Maybe there's a shirt in it. I squeeze my glutes because Flo said so. So squeeze them in all the back bends. Keep your back safe. Last deep breath in. Exhale, downward dog. Beautiful job. Deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, let it go. Deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, let it go. Last one, inhale. Open mouth, let it go. Beautiful. Seal your lips. Come back to that breath through the nose. Nice and slow. I don't know about you, but my heart rate went up a little, especially since I'm talking while doing all of this. So maybe yours went up as well. This is now the active rest in down dog, where we are bringing the heart rate back down. If you would like to continue, roll through the spine forward, plank pose. Very good. We're not holding here for long. Side plank on the right side. Lift your left arm up. Externally rotate the right arm firm into the inner right hand. Lift your right hip, the bottom hip, higher up. Now lift your left leg up off the right. Hold it there. Just for a little bit, you got this. Look inside the right hand, bend your left knee, slowly step the left foot there. Very good. Half splits, right knee down, straighten your left leg. Come onto your fingertips or on something elevated like books or blocks. Deep breath in, lengthen out through the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Maybe deeper, maybe not. Just stay where it feels good for you, wherever you feel comfortable. Gently pull the left hip back. Be mindful of your left knee so you're not hyperextending it. If you feel anything in the knee, any pain, any uncomfortable sensation, then please back off a little bit. And then start to dig your heel into the ground. Really push it down into the ground as you perhaps find some more length through the spine and then fold forward on your exhale. Rebend your left knee. Crescent lunge. Set it up so that it works for you. Reach your arms up. Pull the belly in. Lengthen the tailbone down. Tuck the tailbone, reach out through the arms and up. Bend the right leg so that you find a close to 90-degree angle here. That's at least what works best for me. So I really get to work the thighs and the legs. At the same time, I find a nice lengthening sensation here on the right side hip. Reach your right arm forward, left arm back, open twist. Notice if you're leaning forward or if you're leaning back. Try to find the middle. Reach out through the arms. Last deep breath in. Exhale, Skandasana to the right. Bend your right knee, straighten the left. No need to come this low. No one really cares how low you can go. You just do what works best for you in your body. Move to the front of the mat, warrior 3. The right leg floats up. Really love this transition, makes me always feel like a ninja. Moving from lunge to lunge and standing. Maybe you feel the same. Welcome to the Ninja Club. Bring the shoulder blades together, reach from the spine forward. And from the hips forward through the spine and back through the right leg. Lower the right hip more down. Maybe extend the arms out. Thumbs are pointing down, very important, so that you can keep working on the shoulders, in this case the back side of the shoulders. Rise up to standing on the left leg. Let the right foot not touch the ground. Extend the right leg forward. Stand tall, hands down by your sides. Flex the right foot. Lift the right leg up as high as possible. Now slowly let it come down, just past the left foot, and then it goes all the way to the left, straight out. Come to the knife edge of both feet, right fingertips down, left arm is reaching up. If you look to the feet, very important that you are on the knife edge of your feet, that means the pinky toe side. It helps to keep the ankles and the knees safe. Now if you want, straighten your left leg more, breathe into the left outer hip. Maybe you feel a sensation there as well. That's the function of this pose, really to first throw you off, make it awkward, and then third, to lengthen and stretch the IT band and the outer hips and thighs. Breathe. Place the right palm down. Shift the weight into your right hand. Reach your left arm forward. Stack the left foot on top of the right. This awkward side plank variation again. Shift the hips more towards the right palm. Very good. Breathe. Nice and slow. Bend your left leg. Step it back for starfish. Reach your hips up. Lift them up. Reach your left fingertips up towards the ceiling. Press into the inside of your right hand. Use the right hand fingertips to press and grip into the mat. Release the left hand down. One-legged plank. Very good. Point of legs the right foot. Hold it there. Or extend the left arm forward. Awkward plank. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One-legged plank. Shift forward, bend your arms. One-legged chaturanga. One-legged plank. 2 more. Plank pose. Both feet down. Both hands down. You're doing great. Now shift forward, come high onto the toes, bend your arms, chaturanga. Hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plank pose. Straighten your arms. Knees down, elbows down, glide forward and through. Inhale, upward facing dog. Hold it there. Keep breathing. Pull the shoulders back. Broaden the collarbones. And you guessed it, engage the glutes. Now stay on the tops of your feet. You know what's coming. Bend your arms again. Chaturanga. Plank. Tuck your tailbone. Chaturanga. Up dog. Chaturanga again. Last little bit. Plank. Very good. Send the hips up and back. And downward facing dog. 3 times. Deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth. Let it go. Seal the lips. Now let's all meet in a squat at the front of the mat. You can walk or float or step your way there. You can also handstand if that's something you're working towards. So just give it a couple of tries with your handstand. Let's all meet in a squat. I'll see you there. Make sure you check out the handstand video I have here on this channel. 5 tips for handstand. Very good. Squat here. This is the squat zone. A lot of you I read all the comments of you, all the messages, all the comments and everything on Instagram. So I read everything. Not always do I respond, but I read everything at least. And I try my best to do a little heart or a thumbs up. And I'm just talking now since we need to work on squat more, as you know. So I'm not just drifting off. This is very much on purpose. Just relax in this squat. Whatever that squat looks like for you, doesn't matter. But squat every day. And some of you say that I lost you at the handstand. Or I couldn't do the handstand, but besides that I did everything. Guys, no one cares about the handstand. This is just something that I like to do, that I like to integrate into my practice. It just feels good for me. Maybe a handstand for you doesn't feel good. Maybe you don't have a handstand. Maybe you have no interest in doing a handstand. It's all good. It doesn't matter if you can handstand or not. No one really cares. It's just like all the other movements and poses. It's just another pose that we can use to be present, to meditate in. And yes, I actually stay up in my handstand for sometimes a few minutes, maybe even eyes closed, and meditate. It's of course very challenging, but it's something that I really like doing and that feels really good to me. It's not that you are an advanced yogi or so if you can do a handstand, really doesn't matter. As I said earlier, it's an internal practice, and it's all about what's going on inside, what's going on within. While you are in this pose, you could be in a handstand, but then think of your tasks at work or your email or your to-do list and not be there and present, not be present at all. So, at the same time, you could just sit in a squat and be fully present. And instead of thinking, how much is this guy talking? This squat is so uncomfortable. I cannot squat. Why do I need to squat? Notice this voice in your head and know that this practice is teaching us that this voice is not you. And this separation of thought from being, this is what we call awakening. That you know that you are a being in presence and you are not the voice in your head, you're not the thoughts. This is a very big step to your personal freedom once you separate yourself and who you are and who you think you are, once you separate that from the thoughts. Enough of a squat for today? I thought so. Let's come into a seated position. Cross your legs. Sit tall, get comfortable here. You can sit on a block or 2 or 3 or 5. Make it work for you. Or on a pillow or 2 or, maybe more pillows. Place your hands either past your knees, on your lap, on your thighs, or in your lap. Whatever works for you. For me today this feels good. But maybe tomorrow or later I sit with the hands in my lap. Sit nice and tall, close your eyes. Before we go into any meditation or any techniques or any practices, just make sure you're comfortable. We're not here for too long, just a few minutes. Connect to the earth beneath you. Feel your feet and your legs and your hips, how they are connected to what you're sitting on, how it gives you support, how you are, in fact, are supported by the earth and by Mother Nature always. From that strong foundation, from those roots, so to say, feel through the spine as you grow upwards, as you grow taller. Relax the shoulders down. Once you have a position that feels good for you, and you are welcome to make some small adjustments, start to feel the breath, how it's coming in and out through the nose. Without controlling the breath, without changing it, simply breathe. Do your best to fully focus on the air that's coming in and the air that's leaving the body. Now, while you continue to focus on that breath and feel the support from the earth beneath you, with your inhale, imagine that a flow of energy is rising from your hips, from where you're sitting, through the spine upwards with the inhale, up to the chest, to the throat, to the head, to the crown of your head. And with your exhale, that energy is flowing back down through the spine, through the hips, into the pillow, into the earth. And then again with the inhale, you take that energy from the earth through the hips upwards, through the spine to the head, and maybe even past your body, past the top of your head, out, up into the ceilings, into the sky, maybe even further up into the universe. Just visualize, imagine the stream of energy, and then the exhale comes and it all goes back down from the universe to the sky, to the ceiling, to your head, through the spine, down into the earth. And with the inhale, everything goes back up through the spine, upwards. Sit taller, let the energy flow, and exhale, let it come back down. Let's do just a couple more of those breaths and visualizations. If that's not something that feels good for you, just keep focusing on the breath, in and out through the nose. But if it is possible, let everything expand and grow and flow. You are so much more than just this body. Now there's a few options for you. The first one is you just sit here and continue breathing, maybe continue visualizing how you are expanding and growing upwards with this stream of energy. The second option is to come now onto your back for Shavasana, the final relaxation of class, and just relax there for a couple of minutes. And the third one is to just do whatever feels good for you. If you want to come into any other shape or any other pose before you finish up with meditation or breathwork or Shavasana, then do that. Only because this video, this class ends here, doesn't mean that your practice has to end. In fact, this practice, your practice, this practice of yoga continues once you leave the mat. How calm can you be? How present can you be? How strong, how balanced, how grounded can you be? Once you leave the mat and once you are again faced with just real life situations. Maybe there's something that goes against what you had planned, or against to what you expected. Can you still remain calm, peaceful, in balance? Or is it bringing you out of balance immediately? That means, are you so affected by it? Or do you have the control to let it just pass without judging it, good or bad, right or wrong? Can you simply let it be? This is why we practice yoga really every waking hour in our day. What we practice here on the mat ultimately needs to extend out into our day-to-day life. Be proud of yourself for practicing today. I am very proud of you. And I'm already looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a wonderful day.